If you're an AFTV regular, you would have seen us rocking these brilliant Sanucci officially licensed pendants here representing Arsenal. They also do them for several other teams, so make sure you check it out. But you know what they got? They got a brand new range which is on fire. The new Sanucci rings. Love it. Check the link in the description to get your Sanucci range right now, and you know the best ones are the Arsenal.
Hey everyone, welcome back to AFTV, welcome to the Starting 11 show. It's Manchester United versus Arsenal today. It's a massive, massive test for the Gunners, and we're going to be here to discuss the Starting 11 show. I am back, I've had a week, I've been away in Turkey, and you're back as well, Lee.
I am, yes.
And yeah.
And I've had the transplant. It's worked out really well, I'm quite happy with it, you know, so Robbie's had one as well. But what happened to you? You know, you're supposed to have yours as well.
Well, I've tanned a bit, but other than that, I mean, 1 minute into the show and you couldn't be serious, no?
No, seriously, did you go out at night and not in the day?
Let's not get into this. The point is we're back, and so are Sanucci, who are sponsoring today's show. If you've been watching IFTV Watch Along, Starting Loans, all that, you'll know all about Sanucci, who do great pendants, and of course they've got a brand new ring. Should we go show it off?
Lovely ring.
Look at that, new Arsenal ring. Beautiful. They do stuff for other clubs as well. We've got the Arsenal pendant, we've got the Arsenal ring. Link is in the description below. Check out their great range of products, as I mentioned. I mean, obviously you'll all be Arsenal fans watching this, getting ready for the Starting 11. But you'll have also, seen on Sanucci they do other clubs as well. Here you go, have a little look. I mean, I like this one. Do you think I could pull it off though?
You could pull it off.
Oh, thank you.
You could pull it off, like.
I've never really been a jewellery person, but I think I probably could, to be fair.
It's a nice one, that is. I've got the smaller one with the cannon.
Oh, nice. Yeah, actually, I do like that one.
Very nice.
I would probably be better in that one because it's a bit classy.
A bit classier, but, if you want to be bling, there's your thing.
Have a little look, Everything Sanucci's doing. As we mentioned, they've had a fantastic new ring to their football collection. Click the link in the description below to check out everything that Sanucci is doing and outshine everyone else this season as well. All right, let's welcome to the panel. Well, also we've got Lee, but
Lisa today.
Lisa.
No, we're calling her Lisa. It's just like, I feel 20 years younger. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Ooh.
Let's move on. We've got Helen. Hi. No, we're not clapping.
Oh, sorry.
And we've got Stricto as well, of course. And we've got everyone on YouTube, so get your comments in as well. Are we live on Twitch? We might be live on Twitch. But anyway, get your comments in, guys. We'll be discussing the Starting 11 as it all comes through. Guys, welcome. How are you feeling? Who wants to take it on first? Helen?
I'm feeling very confident. It's probably the first time in a very long time. I'm really looking forward to the match.
What were you looking at? Is it the way we've started the season?
Yeah,
is it,
definitely.
or is this the general excitement you always get when you're playing Man United? It's a big game.
No, it's a bit more than the general excitement. Normally it's like kind of going there because you want to win, because you're watching your team. But today, I believe we are the better team going into this game. I think we're playing the better football right now. We're the team in the club in the best place out of the two right now. So for that, I want to go there confident. I'm not confident about the officials though. So I just hope the game doesn't become about them today.
Well, the officiating's been a big part of this weekend, and I do think we've got to talk about it at some point. But Stricto, how are you feeling going to this?
Yeah, I'm confident. The way we've been playing. And if you look at the team from top to bottom, like, everyone fills me with confidence, unless we've got injuries. But the first team is a very strong team. I was speaking to Robbie the other day, and I said, for the first time, I feel defensively we've got enough equipped to deal with teams that have pace, teams that have the typical traditional number 9. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we've got those big guys at the back, and then we've got on the fullbacks, who are sensible fullbacks, So I'm really confident. Like, but I am scared of one thing: VAR and refereeing.
We're not starting this already. I mean, listen, I am, and Brighton have just taken the lead against Leicester, 3-2 up. I'm not. I have so many problems with VAR and the officials and everything at the moment. Don't get me wrong, it's a conversation that has to be had, but surely not before kick-off, Lee?
Well, no, I think it's important, because I think you've got no confidence because of the officiating at any team now. I've got no allegiances towards West Ham, but if that happened to me at Arsenal, there's fans that have spent money going to that game. So to have that done, And whoever, them two people, if they ever referee in the Premier League again, it's a joke.
But they will.
And
The
so they're
reality
sitting
is
there.
they
So
will.
I do think, there's a lot of thing about Tierney. I don't think he should even be refereeing an Arsenal game after what happened at White Hart Lane last season. And there he is, he can walk to the ground today. I don't think that's too much of an issue, but the incompetence of referees, and it is a worry. We shouldn't be going to a game of football, whether it be an Arsenal fan, a West Ham fan, Aston Villa fan, or Newcastle fan, the whole lot of them worried that you're going to be done by poor decisions. I've seen offsides.
As we're talking about it now, Brighton are having their third goal checked for an offside.
That's offside.
Now, it's looking he's off now. Obviously, it depends who it touches and all that. We're obviously paying attention to the Arsenal stuff at the moment. We do have the game in the background. Look, I'm with you guys. I don't want to. And Man United fans who are watching this, and I've seen a little bit of this on Twitter, Arsenal already come with the excuses, blah, blah. Well, let's address two things. Firstly, we've had our fair share of horrendous decisions at Old Trafford, so, some of it's earned and merited this discussion. But the main thing isn't around that. The main thing is about the officiating we've seen in these opening 4 or 5 weeks of the season, and how unbelievably horrendous it's been for everyone. This is not an Arsenal thing. This is not... And you can't help but discuss it. When you see the goal that was disallowed for Cornet, was it Cornet? At Stamford Bridge, because of the Jared Bowen thing. The Joe Willock, former Arsenal player, was it Joe Willock, who was pushed, I think, by Mitchell? Apologies, I wasn't able to rewatch a lot of the games. I was travelling yesterday. But, again, that's disallowed because he's gone into the goalkeeper, but he was pushed. You look at some of these and you just think, oh, wow, it's almost making a little bit of a lottery. Like, to win a game of football in the Premier League, which is so competitive these days, you have to be better than them, but you also got to have a little bit of luck. Like, it's getting to that point where you've got to have that little bit on your side now. Because officiating, for me, a lot of people say, well, look, it's bad for everyone and whatever, it happens and move on. I can't really let it go. For me, it's at a level where we've got to do a little bit more than just talk about it. I don't know what that looks like, but I'm really losing patience with it.
Definitely. It's the inconsistencies as well, because in some matches you're seeing certain decisions given, and in other games they're not. So VAR should... Now it's been introduced. For years we used to say, oh, if there was...
Yeah, we needed that.
Touchline technology and all of this, we've got it now. We're what? Is it the 3rd season in?
And we're still having debates.
And we're still talking about the officiating.
I will say, Arsenal, I think, have been largely on the right side of officiating this season. I will say, I can't...
5 games in?
Yeah, well, of course. But what I'm going to say, this isn't... I can't think of anything I've had to largely moan about. They're going to the monitor, which means they're probably going to disallow this goal. Lewis Dunk is right at the referee.
Monitor for offside.
Well, I don't know.
But do they do that for us?
Well, this is where VAR is a joke.
Apologies if you guys are not
watching.
Watching
if you're not watching it,
because
it's offside. So they've now the VAR have decided it's offside. So what's the problem? Why are they looking at things like that? It's offside.
Why is he checking for offside?
Because it's now whether it's interfering or it's second foul. I don't know. No, I'll tell you what, football now, get rid of this.
So they're trying to decide whether he touched it.
It's got to be a handball.
Oh, this is
handball,
it. This is it. So what's basically happened is Brighton player was offside. They're deciding whether he interfered. Yeah, it's a strange one. Anyway, look, we're going to move on from the discussion about officiating, but I'm glad you guys brought it up because it's not. This is Man United fans. This isn't about getting excuses in early. This will have been an issue. This is an issue.
Whoever we would be playing is not to do with them.
It's across the Premier League now.
But do you know what I feel like? So we're on this great run. So win this game in the 6th run, six games out of 6, and it takes you back to the Invincible season, where the game was absolutely rigged.
Because of?
The game was absolutely rigged. We absolutely destroyed Manchester United, but we were playing against 12 men.
Because they were given a penalty, weren't
they? They were given a penalty, which wasn't a penalty.
Yep.
They should have had Neville sent off, the 2 Neville sent off. And so it kind of, there's some parallels between today's game.
I think we're looking at it because of stats and historical moments.
Yeah,
but we don't need
it's not excuse. It's not excuses.
No, it's not,
if we lose because United have outplayed us, I'll put my hand up and say, United are on the up. Well, if we lose based on some VAR inconsistency, then of course there's going to be a be up my money.
It's not just a consistency of it. It's the actual league is being compromised. When you look at that, Chelsea might get into the top 4, right, on a decision like that yesterday.
Based on yesterday.
Based on yesterday. West Ham, that is where for me, for a football lover, not just an Arsenal lover, a football lover, it's wrong, because if Chelsea win and get into the top 4 next season, win millions and millions of pounds, right? Because of that decision yesterday, it's ridiculous. That game should be replayed, by the way. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Apparently the Premier League, I just saw a headline from Sky Sports, Premier League have asked the PGMOL to review the decision at the Bridge and the decision at Newcastle, where Newcastle had a goal disallowed. Now, what will reviewing do? You know, what will that do?
What will that do?
Imagine
They're going to give them points.
They've got to start.
That's all you're going to hear.
But at the end of the day, you've got to start somewhere. Our game is being ruined, right? It's being ruined by people on this VAR and referees, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Bring it back.
Yeah, they can start.
That game has to be played again for the because I can life of me see, and I'll tell you what, Thomas Tuchel, by the way, he deserves Chelsea and deserves everything he gets, because he didn't even come out yesterday and say it was the wrong decision. He said, I thought it was the right decision. If he by the way, was on when it was a game against him at Tottenham, showing himself up left, right and centre. But when it goes the other way round, these managers, he had to come out yesterday and go, it was a joke decision. You know, listen, I don't know how many years ago it was now, Arsenal versus Sheffield United, when we didn't throw the ball back at that time. We replayed the game. Well, there's no rules to say that it shouldn't be rewatched. That game should be replayed, because I tell you what, that is a farce, James. Football.
I agree. I don't know if a VAR decision that isn't an Arsenal one has angered me so much ever. You know, watching it, I couldn't believe it, and there are a few of them last. You know, you look at the Coutinho goal where the flag went up. It wasn't even offside. I was going to say, what about
Aston Villa's
match? I think that one's different, because the players stopped. The whistle actually went. That I get it. But the ref blew the whistle, so there's an argument to say, like, the defender stopped defending, the goalkeeper didn't even make an attempt to actually save it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're still doing
but I get that, you know, before we going off track, but I get that mistakes are made, right? I get that mistakes made from the linesman's made a mistake there. Just tighten it a bit.
Yeah,
when you look at that incident yesterday, how they've come up with the conclusions is a foul. It's not a mistake. It is incompetence. It's either incompetence or corruption.
Well, it's a total.
One of them's so it's got to be sorted.
It's a total lack of understanding for the game. You know,
exactly. So why are they officiating games?
No,
like that, James?
I'm with you, because no one can possibly think.
Are they then sent on, potentially, if they're making so many errors? Do they get sent on further training?
Well, yeah. Listen, I agree.
To give that at any stage, I can see why a penalty's not given. I can see why a push. I can see even why there's disputes over that one there. There is no one in football, whether you are at grassroots level or at the very, very top, telling you that is a foul. So why are they in VAR, and why is the ref being told to go over and have a look at it? And also in that game earlier on, in the week, was it the one when he goes to the video and he doesn't give it, he sticks to his decision. You know, But
you know what?
Awful.
You know what I would like here? Even this is even proven what I've been saying for a while. Whoever's in charge of VAR after every game should come and explain decisions. They shouldn't leave it to us football fans or the pundits in the studio to guess why a decision wasn't given or not given.
Well, I think referees and VAR should be heard. I think we should be able to hear, like in rugby, what they're saying and why they're coming to the decisions they're coming to. Let's park the whole officiating thing for a sec, because it is important. I'm glad we've talked about it. I think it's important that it's talked about, you know, especially when we see what happened. It wasn't one incident. There's been plenty, and there's been lots throughout the season. You think of the Cucurella, you know, hair pull. You think of so many throughout the season. And I'm going to reiterate this again. Arsenal, I don't think, have been on the receiving end of any particularly... Actually, the Saka pull against Villa. Yeah. There you go. So there is one. But, you know, everyone, the point is everyone is... And it's not because we're going to Old Trafford. We're
just discussing because we're seeing it as fans, watching other matches.
We could be playing, you know, a League Two side in the Carabao Cup now, you know, and I still feel that we have to talk about it after what we've seen. So, you know, I'm glad we've discussed it. We go to Man United, and some of the early rumours, reports, I need to check, you know, who's saying it, are that Anthony's going to get a start for Man United today on the right wing. So let's get in some early team news, because Zinchenko apparently has travelled, but we don't really know if he's going to be fit enough to play. And I think we all kind of understand that in Kieran Tierney, you've got your defender, you've got your robust fullback. In Zinchenko, you've got your ball player. What should we be doing today? I'll go to you first, Stricto. Do we want the Tierney, who's going to go up against an Anthony, or do we want Zinchenko and you just say, you play your football today? You go and you play at Old Trafford.
It's interesting because with Tierney, I don't think he's, what I watched of him against Villa, it wasn't up to it at all. Some of his decision makings, because like Tierney, he's the kind of player who's full throttle, doesn't really think up the flank, get it in. But last game, he just was second guessing himself, So
he's playing a new role, isn't he? He's trying to mimic what Zinchenko does.
Yeah, my interpretation is I feel like he's not fully adjusted to this new style that we're playing, whereas Zinchenko's used to that way of playing. He's played that kind of system, that kind
versatile.
He's more versatile, but I just think he's got far more experience playing in this type of football from his training or his years at Man City, is my view on that. But it is an interesting one, and I personally, due to the fact of our midfield situation, I would see Zinchenko. For me, I would like to see him introduced if he's available.
Zinchenko or Tierney, who plays for you?
Zinchenko, Purd in our first 3 games we've been playing.
Yeah.
The last 2 games we've got over the line, but we stuttered. And by the way, I thought we was outstanding in the football against Aston Villa. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah.
If something you could say, what could have improved that performance? Zinchenko playing instead of Tierney. Sure. There's nothing against Tierney. I think he's a good defender. Depends how they play today. I've got a sneaky feeling Arsenal may go to a back 3 today. I don't know why. I just got a feeling that they could change up things today, depending on who's available.
Yeah.
I felt it was a very, very strange decision, and this is what I'm saying just before we come on air, that this is the most exciting, big starting 11 at the moment, because it's been like, oh yeah, that's the starting 11, that's the starting 11. But now there's a few little scenarios to put in it. Ben White, I think played really well, Ben White, by the way, but he came off after 60 minutes. And I don't know if he was injured or what, for Tomiyasu.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I think I did read that there was a slight injury concern,
so
but he's expected to be fit, I think.
So, that seems to me very... Don't get me wrong, I'm not criticising the move or whatever, but I'm just saying that I just think, well, why is he...
But you know what, even Lee, even talking about that, isn't it just good to even have...
Yeah.
Like Tomiyasu was our first choice right back, and now we're even feeling like, hold on, why is he coming on?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like that's just
that's a good
situation to be in.
Yeah,
100%. Like even the fact we were discussing Tierney and Tierney
was
our
no, but that's amazing. And I think the only kind of downer point now is that we haven't got so many midfielders right now due to injuries.
Yeah.
Why we're kind of a bit, like we're focusing on these good positions, these good situations, because now I've been seeing so many people just being very wary of, can Sambi cope in the middle? I think he done fantastic the other night.
Yeah, I thought he did very well.
I don't think he deserved the criticism that I'd seen flying around. I thought he was brilliant. I think he moves the ball quite quickly. I think his link-up play with a lot of our key players like Martinelli, he's playing one-touch football, balls into them really quick. So for me, I see lots of positives. But again, though, with Odegaard being a potential doubt, I'm like, oh.
Well, we're going to find out in 10 minutes what the starting 11 is. Let's go through some of your comments and thoughts. Sheets of Metal says, Lee, you look like a famous tennis player.
Martina.
Can we
what famous tennis player?
Steffi Graf, maybe, yeah. But her hair was longer.
Boris Becker.
Well, Salman says, what's Donald Trump doing at AFTV? My predictions are 2-2 draw. Ask Sheets of Metal. Then we've got Game Fanatic says, UV fan here, in peace. Maybe it means United View.
UV?
Might be saying United View. Pick up flexing the United View, although obviously I hope they have a terrible day today. He goes, I want to ask, was Mertesacker a good player? If so, what made him different from Maguire? What a strange player. Mertesacker, I think, was a good player, but I always felt that for us to go up a level, Koscielny needed a better partner than Mertesacker.
He was a little bit slow.
Yeah.
He made up for his positional awareness.
Everyone always said that. Everyone always said that, but I don't know whether that was always as... I liked... Mertesacker was okay.
German. He was a regular for the German national team. That's not fluke, bro.
I don't think he was.
I think he read the game really well.
I was going to say he had a very good football brain. He read the game well.
Maybe at one
His
point,
timing
but
was
once
good.
Hummels and Boateng came through.
Yeah, and also the top defenders always have pace. If you have a
just
very,
lacked
very quality
pace.
player.
I
And that's where
liked him.
Maguire
I
probably
didn't
comes
as a player, as a bloke, and he's doing great things to the academy and all that. And yeah, sure. As a servant to Arsenal, I love him. But as a player, starting regularly as our centre back.
Wouldn't be in the top 10 of our best Arsenal central.
No.
Not for me. No. I think I thought he was okay, but I always felt Koscielny was more of a modern centre back with his pace, ability on the ball, and all that. But there was leadership qualities that people say was very valued about Mertesacker. But
Mertesacker had great leadership.
Julian says it's not AFTV's Julian, but other Julian, welcome. Says just join and I can't take Lee seriously.
Lisa, tell him.
Cirque says a similar thing, says Lee making good points, but we can't take him seriously without Barnett. Ibby says, Tierney was fantastic. It was only a second start in the inverted role. The Martinez shot in the first half came from a Tierney ball that Xhaka headed down. I thought Tierney did okay against Villa, but you can see he's adapting to this new role.
He's also got, which is a great point, by the way, he's also been out for 6 months.
Yeah.
So he's going to take him time getting himself up and running like Brighton just scored again.
Brighton have just scored. This one looks like it will be allowed.
Again.
I'm sure VAR will do their best.
He's having a great season, Trossard.
I'm sure they'll look for he's a good player. We were linked to Lucy.
I'll tell you what, so listen, I'm always honest with you. If Tierney's playing today, I'm not bothered. I'm happy with Tierney playing today. If it's Zinchenko, fine. I've got no problem with that. Like, who's ever playing right back? As Strixo said, no one's had a problem with Ben White playing right back at this moment in time. Do you know why? Because he's played well there.
True, yeah.
So I don't care. Look, listen, for me today, if Arsenal play to their ability and play well, right? And talking about United, Stan, I was in here the other week when they were playing Liverpool. I said, I've got a feeling you might get a draw or you might even beat Liverpool. They shot me down in flames saying they was going to lose 5-6-0. Right? They got the result against Liverpool. That's a one-off. You know what I mean? Like, if Arsenal are at their best today, we will beat them.
I hope you're right. Let's go through some head-to-head stuff I've been doing. You missed me. 2 weeks without me. I've got stats and everything for you.
I'm ecstatic.
Oh, there we go. Ecstatic.
That and all.
Did you?
No, I missed it.
Let's go into it. Head-to-head. Arsenal's record versus Man United in all games. I didn't count these. I found a website that had them. They played 236 times. I know you can see it. Guess how many they've won? Arsenal versus Man United.
12.
12?
Yeah.
In 236 games, we beat them 12 times.
No. Where's this? At Old Trafford or?
Is it 100? It's not triple figures.
All right. We've won 86 games.
Yeah.
We've drawn 50. We've lost 100 times.
Only 70 off.
In our last 10, we've won 4 of the last... Only 70 off. We've won 4 of the last 10 against Man United. So, I mean, I felt our record was a little bit better than that more recently.
Well, listen, it's because they've dominated for 10 years, haven't they?
Yeah.
That's why that's happened, you know what I mean? But it would have been pretty even.
Arsenal's record at Old Trafford. Man United, 62 wins. Arsenal, 17 wins.
Yeah.
30.
I thought that was the stat.
Yeah.
That's why I said 12.
No, all
Old
games.
Trafford. All games.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, to be fair, you'd have been close. That was Old
Yeah.
Trafford, 17. We haven't won 86 times.
It's got to be one of our worst hunting grounds in
We don't have a great record
Well,
there.
Have you got that stat?
I'm so glad you said that.
Oh,
I'm so glad you said that.
James Track.
Yeah, look at you, right? It's like I read your mind. Let's just quickly finish this graphic. 33 draws. United 201 goals against us at Old Trafford, 95 for Arsenal. So you're averaging a 2-1 there. Anyway, so let's add some context. Leah's asked for it.
Yeah.
So obviously I'll deliver against the, I guess you call them Big Six. This is Arsenal's win percentage and loss percentage away at the other 5 teams that finished in the top 6 last season. We've got 35% win percentage at Man City, with only 34% of games we've played at City we've lost. These get worse as we go progressively down. 24% of games we've won at Chelsea, 29% we've lost. 25% we've won at Spurs, 32% we've lost. 28% we've won at Liverpool, 60% of games we've lost at Anfield, and against Man United we've only won 19% of games there. We've lost 69% of
same as
matches.
Liverpool, I told
So
you.
it's quite comfortably the worst.
And that is when you look at Manchester City. That's because they've never. It's not the Manchester City you're playing now.
Yeah.
Chelsea, we used to have the old sign over them, didn't we? And Spurs, they're crap.
Well, but listen, and this is why Old Trafford is such a big thing. It's not just the rivalry. It's not just.
We're aware of those stats.
we're aware of those stats. We've had some beatings over the years as well. We went there last season where we were the better team in better form. They'd lost their manager. We lost 3-2. We were even better in that game. We found a way to lose. There's something about Arsenal, whether in good form or bad form, we've always found it tricky at Old Trafford. But dare I say, maybe something feels different about this team? Does it feel like the start of maybe a new era?
change.
I think that's why it's important
Hopefully.
that we win today. I know that sounds silly. People go about the context of it all. That it is that it's a difference. So it's been like I remember going to Old Trafford a few years back when Rashford made his Premier League debut and scored 2 goals. I was in hospitality that day with a load of Man United people. Not one Manchester United fan said that backs Manchester United to win that day, but we found a way to lose. So this time now, we've got to find a way to win, and just it's not setting statements up. It's not setting up anything that's going to be defining in the league or whatever. It's for us as a club and as a players to develop, and I think it's important that we go there, maybe under the cosh at times, but come through it.
Yeah.
And it's a psychological block as well.
Yeah.
You know, historically, we've never done well.
Yeah.
And it don't matter what players you have, what new players you have, there's just that block. You know, they know, you know, that maybe they look at their stats and they know.
The players will be aware of all
you
of
know,
this.
all of that, you know. So
in saying that then, what do you think would be sensible? So if you were the manager going into this game, would you look at setting up the team in a certain way to not lose the game? Or would you go out like you would in every game? Because this is how you win championships.
That's a great point.
Yeah?
I'd like us to.
Because
to
it's
play
all
our
about
own
taking
game.
the points. You don't need to
I think you've got to
there.
go play. You got to go play your game.
But be a little bit cautious in ways that.
All right, so
you know, like when we went to Spurs, we went gun-ho.
Yeah,
Don't
but
do that
also,
against Tottenham.
Lee, the other night at home now, we made a substitution to bring on Rob Holding to secure the points. Would you not think to maybe go into a game and start a game like that?
Well, that's why
protect your goal, don't concede, and then throw on your quality to go and nick the game and take the points. You've got to look at that at some
I've
point.
always felt that if Arsenal by the lineup will be out in 1 minute, so we'll keep an eye on that. If Arsenal to really make a statement, it's not to go. 3 points on the board's all that matters. But there is something about going, playing your football, and winning, even getting a point. But you've gone and you played your way, and you've said, "This is how." That Man City and Liverpool don't change their style for anyone, do they? No. And that's how you get to title level winning form. That's how you get to that point. Is you go, you believe in what you're doing, and you do it your way. I think any team can. Not any team. It's still impressive to be defensively resilient and counter well and all that. But that's not long-term what Arsenal want to do. So if we can instill our game plan, you know, in this game and come out with something very positive from it, that's when you really feel like something's happening.
Can I say something? It's very, very important. This is like Manchester United when they're pomp, when they were the best going gun to gun with Arsenal, when it was the two that Alex Ferguson changed his formation and the way he played twice a season, and that was against Arsenal.
And that's the point I'm making.
Fair enough.
And it was. I used to look at that and I thought, that it was. And he wouldn't. Some people see it as a weakness. Oh, he's changed your thing and all that. But for me, I thought it was a positive from them because he said, like, you know, if we go toe to toe with Arsenal, we'll lose. So I will change it. And he won as many as he could lose. So I see what you're saying about Liverpool and Manchester City and all that. I think it's always Manchester City have not won in the Champions League because they don't change their style a little bit.
Well, we're going to find out any second now.
Is respect, but not too much respect.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've got the starting 11. Are we all ready?
Yeah.
Go.
In goal, Aaron Ramsdale.
Oh, brilliant.
He's okay.
That's what I wanted to go.
At right back, Benjamin White,
Yes.
William Saliba,
Oh,
Yep.
yes.
Gabriel,
Yep.
and Alexander Zinchenko.
Hey! Woo!
We've got Albert Sambi Lokonga in midfield
Lovely.
with Granit Xhaka, Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard,
Oh, fantastic.
Martinelli,
Brilliant.
and Gabby
Okay, that's a
Jesus.
good-
That is the starting 11, very much the starting
We're not
11 that
unhappy,
was
yeah.
playing. Well, we were, I think, playing our better football in
Yeah.
those opening 3 games. Villa, Fulham, I think there was a lot to love. While it wasn't as complete as the other 3 games. Let's have a look at the subs bench. Turner, Tomiyasu, Cedric, Holding, Tierney, Smith Rowe, Vieira, Marquinhos, and Nketiah. That is a bench that, for me, has had more options than I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that bench. But that is the 11. Your instant reaction, well, I just very quickly replied to Farhan, who always seems to have it in for me, bless him, said that he says Mertesacker was always a regular for Germany, what you want about. Not when they're at their very pomp, is all I'm saying, when they're winning World Cups. But anyway, your reaction to starting 11, Helen?
Yeah, I'm very happy. That's pretty much the team I wanted us to be able to have. I wanted Odegaard to be on that team sheet. I wanted Aaron Ramsdale and Zinchenko because they were our doubts injury-wise. And, yeah.
You know when someone offers you option A or option B and they're both good options, and then someone says, OK, take option A then. And then you go, oh, wait, no, I want to B.
Yeah.
Is that what we had in that reaction to Zinchenko? Because here I was asking, probing, and then the minute you heard Zinchenko, it's almost like you went, that is what I wanted.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a psychological thing like Arteta might have done.
Yeah, I think it's the experience of Zinchenko as well, playing at Old Trafford for me. Equally, because he's used to going there at Man City and winning.
Yeah, of course.
So for me, that was why I wanted him available.
So and even saying that, same with Jesus.
Yeah.
You know, but for me anyway, like back to my original point, I feel like he made up these doubts to kind of maybe give United a false
game plan,
like a false hope,
mind games.
Right?
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you not think they were real? Listen, I saw that Odegaard came off with a bit of an ankle injury like the other day. I don't think he made it.
They said he didn't train. They said he didn't train,
Yeah.
right? And on their training, they said he didn't train. I feel like, you know, like Fergie was master with doing stuff like that.
Yeah, listen, I like it.
They will tell you that, this guy's out. We're not sure.
Yeah.
And then come game day, the guy's on the, is
But
on
I
the
like
team
that.
sheet.
If that's what they're doing, that's
I love
fine.
it. It's psychological. So you give them that false hope all throughout the week, have them second guessing, and then boom.
I remember when Van Persie was meant to be out for 4 weeks before we played Barcelona in the Nou Camp. Then he started.
He started.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go through the Man United starting 11. And Man United, I'll always have it in for you because their graphics are listed by in a numbered order.
Right,
Okay,
yeah.
it's not
Just
position.
give us the position. Yeah. Anyway, it's De Gea in goal. Right back, well, I've got to go digging for it. Looks like Dalot with Martinez and Varane at the back. And left back, Malacia. So there we go, the back four that we've been seeing.
That's probably their best
recently.
Well,
It is at the moment, for sure. McTominay and Eriksen start at the base, so Casemiro is still on the bench. Anthony does get a start with Bruno Fernandes, there he is, Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho as well in the front
Strong
three.
team.
So on the bench, Dubravka and Heaton. They've got 2 goalkeepers on the bench. Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, Casemiro, Fred, Elanga and Ronaldo. Casemiro, Ronaldo, I mean...
Good
2
bench.
players, you know what it's about. You know,
Well, as
it's a big
Man
game,
United,
but-
I watched Man United against Leicester. I thought they was poor for the majority until them 2 come on at the end. So
Okay.
it'd be interesting that they may be looking where it is in the last 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
But, Ronaldo must be seething.
Yeah.
Seething.
Well, I mean, I've got to say, it's been a pretty embarrassing last month for him because he's been trying to leave the club, and that's given. And I actually made a video about this. It gives Ten Hag the upper hand to go, okay, well, you said you want to go, so now if I drop you, United fans aren't looking at me for it. And Man United now 3 wins of the bounce, 2 clean sheets away from home in their last 2. What's the reason?
I still think it's a problem for him. I still think it's a major problem.
Yeah, but it's
for
much
him.
more muted. Remember, if he hadn't wanted to leave and they just dropped him, then there would have been this whole, why are you not, playing your best goal scorer, blah, blah, blah. This gives him the licence to do whatever he wants. So I think they've come out of it all right.
I think it's a little bit like their Aubameyang thing at Arsenal, where it was like every time he wasn't playing, whatever, like this is, if Arsenal were to go up there and
beat them, they're going to be
really
complaining.
There'd be a few little moans and groans about it. So let's hope we can do that. But my concern is not that. I'll tell you what, I'm pleased about the team is that apart from one injury, which is obviously Thomas Partey, which we all knew was going to happen at one stage, we've got players available.
Yeah.
And we've got what I was worried about today was if we were to have a couple of players missing, the options off the bench wouldn't be as good. But the options are on the bench, and we've got a very, very strong side there. Like, you know.
Let's go through some comments. People are calling you Lee Haaland.
I'll say that. I'll say that.
And we've got
Which Haaland though?
Peter says Lee went from the Dark Lord to Malfoy. That's
Very good, very
quite
good.
And Sean's very happy that we've got White and Zinchenko in a double pivot. He says, big up AFTV. I wanted to go through just some, typical, it refreshes as I'm trying to bring the stats up. I prepare all these stats and the technology lets me down. But I want to talk about four players, who have been quite important for both sides at the moment. Christian Eriksen, have you had a chance to watch him much for Man United?
I've watched a few of the games, yeah.
Impressed by him?
Not really.
No, you guys?
I mean, he's
a good player.
He's quality.
Yeah.
He's a good player, but I haven't been like...
Set pieces.
He hasn't set the world alight, has he?
No, he hasn't. I mean, he hasn't come in as, you know, like the early Ajax Eriksen or Tottenham Eriksen. But you still got to be aware of him. The guy,
I think he's quietly doing his thing, and I've got a head-to-head here: Eriksen versus Granit Xhaka. Thank you guys for talking while I brought this up. So I've got some numbers. Percentage of minutes played. Granit Xhaka's played 99.5% of Premier League minutes so far for Arsenal, with Eriksen playing 98.2%. So they're at the heart of what they do. They play in that kind of, it's sort of a midfield 2, but obviously there's a number 10, sometimes a midfield 3. Xhaka's been getting forward a lot more. We know what Eriksen can do getting forward. But some of these early stats are very similar, from percentage of minutes played to touches. Christian Eriksen only had 3 more touches than Granit Xhaka, 329 to his 326. Passes, Granit Xhaka's made more, 262 to his 257. Very comparable in terms of position, very comparable in terms of the roles that they're doing necessarily in this team, or let's say that the area of the pitches that they're getting in. Different though in terms of the kind of players they are. Christian Eriksen's had 11 shots to Granit Xhaka's 3. Granit Xhaka has got 2 assists. Eriksen yet to register 1. I think Eriksen's more of a creator in the final third. Xhaka's a little bit more of a destroyer in there, but they're playing in similar positions of the pitch. 2 other players I wanted to talk about are Varane and Martinez, the new partnership for Man United. Varane and Martinez have won all 3 of their games that they've started together this season. They've also kept 2 clean sheets away from home. Man United's first clean sheets away since the 11th of December 2021. So they've definitely seemed to have tightened up things a little bit there, Helen.
Yeah, they have. Need to get some goals today.
I think Jesus is the kind of player that can cause them problems. You know, we know he's a menace in the air. He's good with his back to goal. He's strong. You know, he's not going to have it easy because these 2 are settling in quite nice as a partnership.
Yeah.
But I also would back him to have some joy.
I think so. No, I want to see Martinelli.
Well,
Saka maybe come in slightly a little bit to join him. So at times I feel they're all a little bit too far away from each other. Yeah, they're too far away. So maybe today they're going to have to all try and get in the box and just play a little bit closer.
I'm very glad you mentioned Martinelli because he scored 3 goals, the joint most.
It's not scripted, by the way, this, is it?
It's really not, but, you know, it looks like it could be.
It's all here. I just like to look at the ground.
So professional.
Very, yeah. He's had 19 shots, the most of any Arsenal player this season. Played 435 minutes of football from a possible 450, and made 6 tackles in the league, more than any other Arsenal forward. So you know what, I might read them, but at least I get them.
No, I'll tell you the player that I think's benefited from Ronaldo not being there, Bruno Fernandes. Sure. I thought he's played a better couple of games. He's
he's improved, and I think Eriksen coming in has been a part of that.
Could be, yeah.
There was so much emphasis on Bruno being a creator, and he's actually more of a finisher.
He's got a bit more of a free role now that he hasn't got the pressure of like maybe carrying.
Can get
most
into
of
the box, can do what he, you know, can be a little. He's a bit. I always thought he was a bit of an erratic player, but you're like, you can do that when there's other players in midfield that have control. Yeah. Eriksen being one of them, and big tackle from James Maddison. Don't know if that's going to be appreciated.
No, nothing wrong with that. Great tackle.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Yeah, no, that's catch him a little bit. Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna round it off there as we get to the last 10 minutes of this Brighton-Leicester game. Let's quickly just get your predictions, Stricto.
3-0.
3-0.
I like it.
I was about to go to Helen, and then I'd have to stop and think about what
Turkish went 3-1, so yeah,
He always goes 3-1.
No, well, yeah.
I think I went 1-1. What did you go for?
I think I'm going to go 2-1.
That's too safe.
Would time it up
You
a
know
little bit.
why? Only because it's at Old Trafford. Really,
They're
my
gonna-
heart,
listen, they're on
my
the
heart,
up.
the way
They're
they're
on the
playing,
up.
I want to say 4-0.
They're on the up and they've got good
They've
players.
conceded. They've kept 2 clean sheets
Saliba's
already
gonna
this season.
dunk on Martinez.
Listen, I hope Saliba goes and smashes one in the back of the net as well.
Yep,
but
yep, he's gonna
I'm
dunk
gonna
on
go
him.
2-1.
Come on.
I think it'll be a little bit
2-1 for me
closer.
as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. We was doing the Forever Arsenal show the other day, and Turkish pressured me into going 2-1 because I was going to go there. But the more the weekend's gone on, the more I'm confident that we'll win. It would be nice to go. Do you know when we've been not quite at our best, and a little bit down? When Man United have come to town, they've smashed us a few times. You know, I would love to go up to Old Trafford and do what Strick's
5-1, isn't it?
yeah, but it'd be lovely, but I can't see it happening.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a cagey,
I think it'll be a
tough
tight
game.
game.
Yeah, it
I think
will
it'll be a
be.
tight game. As always, guys, thank you very much for joining the show. The 11 is out. Let's just remind ourselves of it. Aaron Ramsey in goal with Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel and Zinchenko comes in after missing the last two. He's straight back into the team with Lokonga and Xhaka in midfield. Lokonga did well against Villa.
He did,
Hopefully
yeah.
he can do the same again today. Odegaard is fit. There were some concerns about his fitness, but he's okay after coming off against Villa. Saka and Martinelli start on the wing with Jesus up front. I did that all from my head. Is that okay?
I
Was
think
that
you
all
don't.
good?
Look, listen, you've always impressed me. You've come back off
He's
your
too
break and
comfortable
you've
now,
gone,
you
you've gone
He
straight
suits him.
on
I'm
the
getting
bike.
some red
Thank you.
hills.
Straight on the
Well, thank you,
bike.
thank you
Not
so
falling
much.
off
Confident
once,
that
my son. Like,
Well, I really appreciate it.
That's
And as
all right.
always, guys, this show was sponsored to you by Sanucci. Go check out all the stuff. We've got the pendants here. They've got all sorts of other stuff as well. You've got the ring, the new Arsenal ring. That's the big thing. That they've got this new Arsenal ring.
I'm a real liker of this. I'm gonna.
It is, I've got to say, it's very
like,
cool.
I'm
That
gonna have a
looked
little
nice,
word,
even
see if
on
I
a
can.
chain.
Yeah, actually,
That
that's a great
looks
idea.
so
See if I can keep this because I
Yeah.
like it, like you know.
Well, you're just going to take it, are you?
Well, I might well.
I'm sure you probably can. Maybe Robbie will be.
I ain't gonna have a chance now. You've mentioned that, have you? Like, you know, on camera, I ain't gonna be able to sneak it out now.
No, but honestly, go check out all the Sanucci stuff. The link is in the description below, as we mentioned. Pendants, we've got the new Arsenal ring, and there's all sorts of other stuff for other football clubs as well. I know some of you like to jump in, rival fans. You know, want to see what we're saying. Before the game, and seeing how we're feeling during it. Yeah, go check out all the other stuff for other clubs as well on Sanucci. And apparently, I've just been prompted to. I've just been told I've missed some super chats. Apologies, guys. How dare I? As we just keep an eye on the last couple minutes of the Brighton game. What's everyone saying? Let's have a little look. Yamika says Anthony is starting. You will all be humbled. Well, I think it's going to be interesting to see how Anthony does. I believe that's the only one I've missed as well. I can't really find any others, but we'll have a little look and go through them during the watch-along as well, which will be starting in 15 minutes. Not long. We're not leaving you for long. All right, guys. We'll be back soon. Manchester United vs Arsenal. Can we make a statement today? Yeah, let's see. Catch you soon.
If you're an AFTV regular, you would have seen us rocking these brilliant Sanucci officially licensed pendants here representing Arsenal. They also do them for several other teams, so make sure you check it out. But you know what they got? They got a brand new range which is on fire. The new Sanucci rings. Love it. Check the link in the description to get your Sanucci range right now, and you know the best ones are the Arsenal.